Salvete Omnes. Nomen Mihi est canicus. Thank you for joining me for Melior Quam Lupi. Better than wolves. This is day 2. And there we go. I like to have food in that slot there. Spider got, and there's spiders all over the place, which is actually a good thing because hopefully that means we have string. But it's a lot of spiders to kill here. Got some string. All right, so we're gonna get some rock. I know I was gonna do this with the stone out there, but I need to make an axe. An axe is gonna be a much more efficient weapon than this club. I've got a lot of spiders to kill. Hopefully that will translate to some more string. Where'd they all go? There's one up there. Okay. So they de-aggroed on me. That's good. All right. A little bit of stuff left behind by carnage. Take out a piece of this one here. Can't tell you how much more efficient this is. I'm gonna get 8 loose stones from this one break instead of 1 stone every 2 breaks. It's amazing. I'll be cannibalizing this piece by piece, and then I'll put it back together later. All right. Look around. Hopefully there's some more webs. Oh, here's one. There's a pig. All right. So at night, while the spiders are going after the chickens, the zombies are going after the pigs and cows and sheep. So I can't just leave animals out roaming around and expect them to be there when I want to eat them. Kind of have to kill them now if I can. Now, cows can defend themselves. So I'm not really worried about the cows. I'm going to get... The next thing on my agenda is to get clay. And I see a swamp over there. And that usually means clay. There's a chicken. I'm going to leave the chicken. I also want to keep an eye out for sugarcane. Sugarcane is very important for early game storage. All right. Unus, duo, tres, quatuor, quinque, sex, septem, octo, novem, decem, undecim, duodecim, tridecim, quattordecim, quindecim, sexdecim. All right, so I need 16 pieces of clay. Part of me wants to wait to get this, but I'm going to go ahead and get it. This string is going to allow me to build a bow drill, which is a much more effective way of starting a fire. Now, if you're new to this game and you're noticing things that are different from vanilla that I'm not bringing up, it's because I don't remember. Not that I don't remember this game. I don't remember vanilla. I haven't played vanilla in a very, very long time. All right, there's another web up there. That's good. Now, that web is not going to despawn, so I'm going to leave it up there and come back and get it another time. So I'm going to take this clay and I'm going to turn it into wet brick. And then I'm going to dry it in the sun. I find that these structures are a good way to do that. You don't want to step up all the way, because if you step on that wet brick, it'll pop up. Try not to jump. Now it's gonna take until the sun is about there to dry on the next day. So now I'm gonna use my axe and I'm gonna get some more wood. Because I'm gonna need some more fuel for the night. Now watch this cow. See how it got spooked? If you place a block, break a block, attack another animal, you're going to spook all the animals around in the area. And cows, when they get spooked, they kick. And they do something like 4.5 hearts of damage when they do that. It's crazy. So I'm not going to be able to cook all of this pork tonight. But again, if I don't kill this pig now, a zombie's likely to get it tomorrow. I want some birch wood. Eventually, when I get a clay oven, birch wood is going to burn longer than oak. So birch is going to be my fuel of choice. I'm going to go ahead and get back underground and get my fire started, so I'm not cutting it too close. Probably already cutting it closer than I should. And one of the good things about putting my clay up on those buildings is mobs can affect your clay also. Gotta break that, it's not usable anymore. And in Better Than Wolves, mobs don't spawn on wood. So no mob is going to spawn up there. Make a bow drill. So no mob is going to spawn on top of those buildings, and the fencing is going to help keep spiders from being a little too aggressive. Spiders shouldn't be too much of a problem because, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Spiders shouldn't be too much of a problem because I'm over here. Like, I'm a good distance away. So hopefully they won't be too terribly active around those, around that clay. All So I'm going to throw this club in again after a little while. Each sawdust burns for about 20 seconds. Well, it's so many ticks, and how that translates to the real world is roughly 20 seconds. And the last unit of fuel gets used up on that small fire. So that small fire is going to last for about 20 seconds. That's how long you have once you hear the noise and look and see that it's too small. That's how long you have. So I've timed it, and without putting any extra fuel in it, this thing will burn for about 2 minutes. So not quite enough to finish off a piece of meat. It gets you about 2/3 of the way there. Oh, I guess that's about half. Was it 2 minutes? I think it's longer than that. I think it might be 3 minutes. I'll have to do my math again. Put that in there. Now, it would have been nice to have come in here with another string to build another axe, but I know where another piece of string is, and hopefully there'll be more available out there tonight. So I know for a fact that I have enough fuel on this campfire to finish cooking that piece of pork and go further than that. So I'm going to leave it for now. Wait for this pork to get finished cooking. Excuse me for yawning. And then put on another piece of pork and refuel the fire. Cat is trying to get attention. All right, so that sounds like wood catching fire and blowing up. I'm not sure what wood is close enough to this campfire to do that. That's what that sounded like. It's possible 2 creepers were getting kicked by cows, but we'll just have to look and see in the morning. Let me show you what it looks like when put in too much. Okay, that's what happens when you put in too much. So whatever fuel you put in to get it to do that burns twice as fast as it normally would. So it's half as efficient. And if you let that happen for too long, it'll burn the food and you can't eat it anyway. So you really can't just put in enough, like put in more than enough and set it and forget it. I really try to keep you from doing that. Oop, I don't need to do that. I need to stop. Stop doing that. It does give you more light when you do that. All right, so there isn't a whole lot to do in the middle of the night here. So let me kind of do a rundown of the kind of tech progression that I've gone through so far. Because even though it's almost the end of the second day, I've actually done quite a lot in terms of building new things. So the first thing you do is punch a log and get a piece of bark and a shaft. You could punch more. You could punch more and get the sawdust and another shaft. But it's really not very efficient use of your time. Then you take the shaft and turn it into a pointy stick. Take the pointy stick and you find some smooth stone. And you take the smooth stone, and you use the pointy stick on the smooth stone and get a loose stone. Craft that loose stone into a sharp stone. And then use that sharp stone to get out more stones, and use the sharp stones to process trees to get however many shafts you think you're going to need. I personally stopped at 14. You could, get a couple more stones out and process more trees and get more wood, more fuel if you want. Personally, I don't, because I know how long it usually takes me to get settled. So that's roughly the time commitment that I want to spend on that. You may be more efficient with your time. You may be able to do it, but that gives me enough wood to start my campfire, and it gives me enough fuel for my fire to last for the entire night, depending on when I start the fire. So I usually go with that. Then I built a campfire, a fire plow, and a spit, and started. Got the fire started, cooked my food. Then I got some string in the morning to make an axe. And an axe is a shaft, 2 loose stones, and some string. And a shovel is 1 loose stone, a stick, and a string. So with, Ignoscite Mihi. I'm going to put some more fuel in here just to make sure I've got light for the night. With my shovel, I found some clay. You can dig clay with your hands, but it's much less efficient. I think it's about half as efficient. Get these little piles of clay that you have to put together to make clay. I don't recommend doing that. If you're desperate, you're desperate, but it's generally not a very good idea. You turn that clay into wet brick, and then you leave it out in the sun to dry. It will dry on the ground, but it's also probably going to get popped up. It's going to get walked on by a mob. And so you want to try to avoid that. The best thing to do is to have it on a raised platform of wood. The absolute best way to dry clay is on a raised wooden platform in the desert. But I'm using those buildings because even though spiders can get up there, for the ease of it just already being set, it's worth the small risk. All right, so day is coming. Dig this out, get a little bit better light in here. And we'll stop there. Gratias, Wobisago. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Feel free to ask any questions that you might have about the mod. Yes, it is harder than regular Minecraft. And I find the challenge both fun and rewarding. So I will see you next time for day 3. Si Valetis, ego Valeo, Valete.